Many people point to Israel as the obstacle to peace in the Middle East. If only Israel were to vanish, they fantasize, the whole region would live peacefully and prosperously. From the river to the sea, everyone would sit under their own vine and fig tree, and no one would pose a threat to the area. However, that perception is far from the truth. Yes, many of the wars in the region have involved Israel, but to understand the main motive behind the Middle East conflict, we must first examine the main national movement involved, the Israeli and the Palestinian. The Jewish-Israeli national movement, known as Zionism, was founded in the late 19th century. The core idea was simple. In order to save Jews from persecution and anti-Semitism, they must create an independent state in their ancient homeland. The idea was positive and proactive for Jews, so it did not depend on the local Arab population. As Theodor Herzl, the founder of Zionism, wrote in his most famous book, Der Judenstaat, the Jewish state will be safe in a neutral state, without intervening in every quarrel, and without a foreign army on its border. Herzl presented a dream of peace. The Jewish state would only attack local and neighboring populations if they continued to persecute Jews and promote anti-Semitism. On the other hand, the Palestinian national movement was created in the early 20th century. The core idea of the movement was simple: to form an antithesis to Zionism. The movement included a variety of diverse, disparate groups, and the only thing that tied these populations together was opposition to the Jewish movement, and, throughout the years, the fight against it, and their continued shared suffering. We can see a strong contrast between the two movements. While the Israeli Jewish movement is focused on a positive goal for its own people, the Palestinian movement is set around a negative goal for a different group, the Zionists. The goal of the Zionist movement is everlasting, due to the constant threats against Jews worldwide. The goal of the Palestinian movement is temporary. Imagine if Israel were to disappear tomorrow, and the Palestinian movement were to achieve its goal. What then? A Palestinian state would collapse quickly, having no glue to connect its diverse populations without the movement. One thing is for certain: peace would not be the country's agenda. Instead, peace can be achieved only if the Palestinian people rethink their national movement, create a positive narrative and goals, for example, build a strong economy and healthy social and educational infrastructure of their own, and are willing to accept Israel's existence.
Join us